changes lives, changes soul, giving hope. And now we present our mother's testimony.
Hello, everybody. We gotta raise some money, and this is matching funds money, which is the best kind because any donation that you make is going to be matched and doubled and really help the new Lamb Theater to come to life and to create so much positive impact on not only adults, but also on children's lives in Sioux City. And my name is Ilya, and I'm so happy to be able to talk to you a little bit today about the impact that Lamb Theater has had on my life, and thereby also even on my children's lives, although we live in Kenya now. Where we wish there was Lamb Theater, and we're envious of Sioux City for having an amazing gift such as Lamb. So I was completely blessed in my life to have Diana and Russ Woolley come into my life in the 1980s. When I was actually 7 years old and in second grade, and first had Diana met her as she was my music teacher at Nodland Elementary. And I was just in awe with Diana. I can only say she was a star to me. The greatest kind of role model and amazing, beautiful, shining spirit, and how she worked with all of us, children, and teaching us, some of my favorite songs to this day. I remember learning all of the Free to Be You and Me, and One Tin Soldier, that actually became an inspiration for some of my work today at Global Trauma Project, which is a kind of a trauma healing organization based in East Africa. And anyway, One Tin Soldier that I learned from Diana actually became a critical piece and inspiration for part of our storytelling work in South Sudan. But anyway, I first got involved with Lamb, and was being directed in shows for many years by both Diana and by Russ, who really led all of us, and even us children, with passion and love, total love and joy and compassion, but also with drive, and would push us, and really believed in seeing how to really bring out the best in us. And I was involved in many of the adult shows, but also in the summer program, the kids' summer program as well. This was long before, I think, what later became Lamb University and things, much after my years in Sioux City. And what was at the time also the beginning of the Hot Dog Theater for Kids, where we would serve hot dogs and chips and did amazing shows along with my beautiful colleague, Chad Jacobson, who was the other kind of like child duo in crime there. I remember doing so many, The Boy Who Talked to Whales and other shows. So my years with Lamb, I can say, were very magical, very inspirational, and very, very critical. And the other thing that I want to say, I hope I'm not taking too much time, but the other thing I want to say is that I'm really also struck in hearing a number of other people talk about the impact that LAM and that theater has had, and that the LAM community has had on their lives. One of the things that strikes me so much is not only about the joy of theater and the shows and the performances and everything, but how the theater and how LAM in particular has been a safe place for so many of us who, now I'm getting emotional and goosebumpy, but who have gone through some very, very difficult times in our lives, either as adults or as kids or youth, and who have found a much needed safe refuge, safe place at LAM. And that is directly because of the work of Diana and Russ and the amazing community of people that they have brought together. And I'm a psychologist and run a mental health and organization that works with things related to trauma and stress and violence and abuse and these kinds of things. And some of the most critical things that we talk about are having our sense of safety and security, both physically and mentally and emotionally, and also in our relationships. And for I think many of us who have been involved in LAM over the years and have gone through a lot of different things in our lives, LAM has been a critical kind of place for people to come together, to be held, to be nurtured, to feel inspired, and to regenerate hope and confidence and our sense of identity and belonging, and to belong to a community, and that's huge. That's huge. That's even more than the amazing shows that people enjoy that come out of this. But it's really the community building, the life-changing impact that this particular theater has had through all of the community engagement and all of the children and adolescent programming that has happened over the years. And I am so thankful to have been able to be a part of that for a number of years, all of my growing up, really. And I know that I would not be who I am today or be doing the work that I am doing today if it wasn't for the impact of LAM Productions and Diana and Russ. So I'm just one testimony to this. I know there are many others, but please feel confident in any contributions that you're able to make. The donations are being matched, and I just can't wait to come back to Sioux City at some point and visit the new theater and feel the energy inside. Thank you so much.
Help the theater, help the theater, the Juicy Lamb Theater, the Juicy Lamb Theater. We need 17 million, and we're 18 billion. Let's make it up to a trillion. Woo! Lamb the theater, Lamb the theater, Lamb the theater. Yeah! Yay! Donate, we can get matching funds now!